All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and this is what happens when a watch nut goes to buy a new pair of tennis shoes at a big five store. You walk in and you start looking at watches when you're checking out, and you see something you've never seen before. And so I'm a big fan of Casio watches. You guys have probably seen a number of videos on my channel with Casio watches, but just recently I was with a friend, a work friend, and we had lunch, and he was talking about buying a watch for his son. And in the process, I noticed he doesn't wear a watch. So I always keep a watch in my pickup truck, believe it or not. And so when we got back to work, I gave him a Casio that I had in there and said, hey, here's a watch, wear it, enjoy it. So anyways, that gave me an excuse to buy a new watch. And when I was at Big Five buying some shoes earlier today, I found this one. I saw this in the case and I thought it was pretty cool. You guys can see the price on here, $29.99. And I'm assuming that's the date that they put it on the shelf. And today is the 4th of November. So it looks like it's been on the shelf for just a little over a month. So things I like about these series. Okay, first is the price, just under $30 for the watch, which is a great deal. As a matter of fact, I think, yeah, see on the back it's $26.99. I actually paid that price for it because the girl, when she rang it up, she said, hey, it says $29.99, but this should be $26.99. Thanks to the girl at Big Five for giving me the right price. And so yeah, for $26.99, under $30, that's the number one reason I love these watches. Illuminator series, I'll show you, they have good lights. They're not a full backlight like that, but they do have good lighting in the Illuminator series. That's the second reason. Number three is the 10-year battery life. Having a watch that has 10-year battery life, this is kind of like wear it, forget it. And, in 10 years, you've definitely got $27 worth of wear out of this watch. And that's the third reason. The fourth reason is, and I think somewhere on here we can see it. Oh, it's down here, 100 meters of water resistance. So that means this Casio watch is going to do pretty much anything you want to get done. So give you a quick look here at the back so you guys can get the reference number there. I will try to leave some links down below in the description to Amazon where you can pick one of these up if I can find them over there. Definitely check them out. And let's go ahead and get this one out of the box and look closer at it. So bring it off of the stand here. And one of the first things I wanted to do was give you guys an idea of the size of this watch. If you're smaller wristed, this might be a little bit big for you. From side to side, you're looking at right around 50 millimeters. So not huge. I mean, especially for a Casio, if you're used to G-Shocks, and the lightweightedness of this watch is going to, really make a big difference. Not really lugs on this watch, but you're still about 54 from end to end on the watch. And then of course it's an integrated rubber strap, or I guess plasticky style strap on the watch here. So, all right, cool looking timepiece. First thing that really drew me to this watch was the display. The nice big display. You've got everything you need there. You've got your running seconds. You've got a 10-second countdown here. You'll see it repopulate here. And then once it counts down 10, it'll start and dropping them off at the top. So it's just a continuous 10-second counter. Kind of good for timing things if you want to. Very handy. You've got your day, your date up there at the top, so you get everything, your month of the year, and your running seconds down here on the bottom. Lets you know, of course, that it's Casio, water resistant, 100 meters of water resistance, so that's pretty cool. So backlight on this thing, I'll dim the lights here in a minute to show you that, but I did want to show you the functionality of this one. Down here with the mode, you can just go ahead and run through it. Alarm, you have 5 separate alarms you can set on this watch, so that's pretty neat that you actually have that many alarms you can go through. As you see, I scroll through. I don't have any of these set, but you can see there's your first alarm, or actually, I guess there's a snooze setting too. So there's 5 alarms and a snooze setting, which is pretty cool. So kind of neat setup there. You have a timer. You can set this timer for however you want. Just hit the adjust button, which is this one up here at the top, and you can run that up. You want to do a 5-minute countdown, you set it for 5 minutes, hit the adjust button again, and then to start it, I think, yeah, you hit the start button down there, and it'll start that 5-minute countdown. So pretty nice. We'll go ahead and stop that, and we will readjust it back to the 5 minutes. You have a stopwatch. Nice to have a stopwatch right there. And again, you get this counter here. I think that cuts it down to like 5 seconds, or it's like a 1/10 of a second counter or something like that, but pretty neat feature. You can see it running there. And of course, the 10-year battery life will depend on how much you're using the functionality. I don't think the standard functions are going to really affect it that much, but when you start using light too much, that will affect that battery life. So we'll go ahead and stop this, and we, with the adjust button, simply reset it back to 0. Another cool thing with this watch is you have a dual time. So I have this one set, my dual time, 3 hours ahead for the East Coast. So I'm a baseball guy, with the World Series, they're going back and forth, the Phillies and the Astros. So, I mean, I know the 3 hours difference, but it's kind of fun having that dual time right there on your watch. And then back to your main functionality. So So nice looking timepiece. The color, I really like it. It's got this kind of, it's not a Pro Trek, and I mean at $26, it's way off the price range from the Pro Tech series from Casio, but it has that cool look to it. I love the way the case back and the mid case or the bottom half of the case is black up against the brown, and that carries over through the strap here. And they also added this plastic buckle assembly here. I'll go ahead and let you see the case back. Nothing fancy. I'm sure it's going to be, you know, your made in China information and whatnot there. Yeah, made in China, water resistant. There's the reference number, the AE 1500. What does that say? WH. So I don't know if that's just referring to the movement inside of the watch, or if that's referring to the actual, you know, reference number for this watch. So let's go ahead and pause it for a second, get this watch on my 7-inch wrist so you can see what it looks like. This is going to be my pickup truck watch. I'm going to keep this in my truck. And sometimes if I'm wearing like a nice watch when I'm out camping or something like that, I like to have a Casio or something like this if I'm going to go get dirty, if I'm going to be bashing around on things. Not that a good, you know, high-end watch can't handle that, but sometimes you want to have something that you really don't mind banging around with. So let's go ahead and pause it for a second and get this on my wrist. All right, so 50 millimeters by 54. It is a big watch, but it's a Casio. It's super, super lightweight, highly legible. I love the look of this watch. I think it looks good on my wrist, to be honest with you. I don't think it looks too big at all, but the functionality is spot on with this. It's not too much. I really don't need a watch that's doing a million different things. It doesn't need to be Bluetooth to my phone. It doesn't need to have, those are neat features. And Casio offers all of that in a lot of their watches. Solar technology is great, but so is a simple battery change on a watch, or even with these ones, you can just probably pretty much replace the thing when the battery wears out. But I do like pretty much everything about this watch. So far, I don't see anything I don't like, and it's going to be a fun one to have as a truck watch. So let's dim the lights and check out the illuminator function. All right, well, we're not 100% dark in here, but you guys will get the idea of it. That's a lot of light. It's not the full backlight. I think there's a couple of little LED lights down here at the bottom of the screen that just light the whole thing up, and it probably has something to do with the material of the screen itself, or the back, you know, the backdrop there really lights that thing up. So not gonna have a problem seeing that at night. I don't think there's any way to really leave that on or anything like that. It's not gonna do the tip functionality, you know, the auto illumination functionality at this price point. But really, really cool watch for the money. Go ahead and bring up the lights here so you guys can check it out in the full lighting again. It's a nice looking timepiece. Now, I'm not sure if there are other colorways available. I know a lot of times when Casio makes these, they make a green one, a black one, everything like that. So everyone I can find over at Amazon, I will put down below in the description. So, all right, guys, cool new watch, or new to me, watch from Casio watches. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.